we have gotten to that point. We're ready to do the oil pan, but why not do that? First, I want to secure some of these valve cover bolts up here before they come falling on me again. Well, either on or off, I guess. Fun way to hold it up this way, but I'll just put it away. I had wanted to hold it sideways, but it had other plans in mind, I guess. Quick wipe. So this one here is part of the timing cover. I can't remember if I showed that earlier. The dipstick comes in through here, through this hole over here. If I can find the dipstick, I'll show you. This is the dipstick, timing cover. There you go. And then the dipstick goes into the oil pan, which goes around here. Okay. Dipstick, oil pan. This is one of the. This is the return, if I remember correctly. Now these are the pads of the to the oil filter. So this one is on the oil pump. This one is on the timing cover. If I remember correctly. Sucks in oil from the pump, from the sump, sends oil to the filter, then back out, then clean oil goes in through this end over here. So right now I'm going to remove this because I need to replace it with a deeper one, and let me get the deeper one. This one right here is the longer one. As you can see, it's got a little leg that goes over here. So I just need to get a 10mm bolt. Oh, these are 12s, right. You have a gasket, and of course I do have a replacement for this gasket. Two 12mm bolts, a 10mm for the other one, and we'll keep moving. So first thing, these are the gaskets that go on there. The part number is 150, can you see that? 150 53 31 U00. Okay. And then the O-rings that go right there, those two holes, 150 66, 150 66 AR000, two of them. Okay. Right now I'm just hunting for a 10mm bolt that will hold the larger oil strainer down. Okay, so how deep is this thing? Oh, great. It's pretty deep all the way in. Just need to find the right kind of bolt. Or at least a bolt that looks like it's the right kind of bolt. Not this one. These seem like exterior bolts. interior bolts do have a little bit of a shine to them. Let me grab one. Okay, great. So here's an interior bolt marked with number 7. This one here is a Phillips head. This one here is just flat with a movable washer. So this is what I'm going to use. This one came from the timing cover under the VTC head. VTC cover, sorry. So let's do this. It's a little floaty, right? Could be, we could decide to use Vaseline to hold it down. But again, since it's me, what I'm going to do is this. This way it finds its own path. Trying to wonder why this one won't stretch all the way out here. So seems like the leg is somewhat just bent a little bit. I'll bring it back. Test it again. I bent it a little too far out. The joys of this project, huh? Perfect. There you go. It's the way it needs to be now. It's not too difficult, just a preference that I didn't bend it while it's already bolted down. If I could bend it with my hand. What's happening? Not want to strip that. So now it turns out I moved this a little too far out. Oh, the joys. It's not usually such a big deal. As I said, this is just here for bracing. And it's just that I care the way it's installed. Normally, it shouldn't be moved that much, but I was concerned because of just moving it around basically. And I look at my cheat sheet, which would tell me what my torque specs should be. Says 15 to 17 foot-pounds. There you go. It wasn't too tight when I installed it, right? It's just there to stay. You already have the gasket doing most of the heavy lifting for you, so no need to freak out over tightening it. There you go. So that's it. The first part is done. The oil strainer is in place. Tab sticking out of the bottom. It's time for the big show, which is gonna be getting the oil pan on there and secured. This is the oil pan, so I'll apply RTV gasket maker around it. But what I wanted to do, this is what I was talking about earlier. These two holes over here, the ones that lead to the oil filter, you need an O-ring to seal between these two surfaces on the oil pan and these two surfaces on the block. One is on the timing cover, the other one is on from the oil pump itself. So for that, I'm gonna get some Vaseline. Give my two O-rings. Vaseline. I'm trying to lube this thing to make it go anywhere. I'll just set that up there for now. I'll push it down a little later. Here's a second O-ring. That needs a little wipe down. Thought it was clean. Shouldn't really matter. I mean, it was oil, and the system will be seeing oil. Okay, that's good. We're getting somewhere, guys. One thing, here's one thing I'm going to bring up. It's the '06 M45, and all of them use the same one, but it's a power steering bracket. I'll explain why I need it to be ready when I install the oil pan. Okay, so I'll pull it out. Let me just keep it close for now. Making sure everybody got a good glob of our TV on. Let's say we should be fine. Almost 1 tube is what it's taking for the oil pan. Okay, now everything is good to go, and I'm gonna flip the oil pan over. For the oil pan, you have 2 dowel pins, one here, the other one here. So once those are mated, everything should be fine. Okay, here goes the big flip. I'm gonna get just a little more RTV in this corner. It might be excessive, but I'll tell you, I'm not trying to come back in here to redo the whole job, because we're not sure how much RTV we put in one corner or another corner. You'll see how it squeezes out. Screw looking pretty, needs to be functional. I need the security of a lot of RTV. So now, oil pan bolts. Just lay them down and go crazy. The long one goes here. I suppose they're 2 long ones, huh? Another long one goes here. Two 10mm ones go to the back. Can't see the back because it's So these two go to the back here. One. Two. The cheat sheet says that the oil pan should be 15 to 17 foot-pounds, and the little guys are going to take 7 foot-pounds. 15 to 17 they say, huh? Well, we're going big. We'll go on the top end, 17 it is. Just checking that everything's tight. Good. Here's that extra step I was talking about. Right here. This is where your power steering pump bracket mounts on. Oh, good smear. That's the phrase of the day. Did it smear well enough? Yeah, it's through and through. You notice I removed 3 bolts and this one has 4 holes. Yeah, the 4th one is the one that goes onto the block right here. So usually, it depends at what point I want to do it, but at some point you want to install your 4th bolt and make sure that you're well aligned. And I like to make sure that by the time it's curing, this thing is bolted on. So I'll get the 4th bolt at some point. I know I saw it down here. There you go. There is a 4th one somewhere, if I can find it. Alright, at this point, the oil pan has been installed. What's the phrase of the day, guys? Good smear. So you can see that the RTV smeared all around, squeezed out in all the important places. So we've got a good thing going on pretty much all the way to the back. There was a generous application of RTV over there. So we're done with the bottom. Usually you need to give it time before putting oil in it, and just let it set and let it cure. So that's what I'm going to do. While the bottom is curing, I'm going to flip the engine over again. Then I'll start working on the things on the top side. That is the coolant system and the intake related stuff.